There.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear
Okay.
us? You
I
can
think
hear
we're
us?
good. I can hear you. Yep, we're good.
Okay, great. Okay,
Thanks,
Great.
Kobe.
what's that?
I said thanks,
Oh,
Kobe.
thanks, so, okay. All right, also attached, I had a copy of the, obviously,
Be quiet.
memos were to us about all the problems that he saw, and the second final report, should have been labeled second final report, but today is the third final report. Well, everybody has copies, make sure I got enough out there.
We have the eyes and copies.
Okay, what I'd like to do is go through this page by page there, but not the resolution.
final report.
Yeah, just the report down to the, what is it, or is it the table of contents down to the, what we are, our goals, what we asked for.
Just give us page numbers as we get there now.
So,
Or are there page
if you
numbers?
see
There are.
anything that, looks funny, if there's grammatical spelling changes, this is the time to do it. Okay, so double sided. So, okay,
I fixed a couple, spelling I found, that jumped up on my thing. Let's see here. All page numbers may be corrected, that would be page 2, 3 on the table of contents. I'm gonna take that out because I fixed it.
where are you?
Right
She's on
here.
page 3. The
Page
first,
3.
the first big blue
Wait,
line.
let's look at the table of contents first.
That's what she's
That's
looking
what I
at.
want.
Are you, okay,
Page 3.
You had written down.
Yeah.
See, you had written down that, so I'm just gonna
Yeah.
get rid of it because I already fixed it.
Yeah.
And then we'll fix all the page numbers with that in just a second.
didn't you already do it? They have it here.
That wasn't on here.
I didn't do these, I know. I didn't do it.
I didn't do it
And
either.
then we had the introduction, which is not there anymore.
That's not on mine.
We have no introduction. Is there an introduction? Did you find?
No,
I don't think we
It's
ever
from
had.
the co-chairs.
is that considered your introduction? No, from the co-chairs is on there.
It's not on there. It's on my
It's
page.
a- See, I wish I
On page 4.
could get this stuff hook up. I think it would be a lot easier. Because I feel like we have multiple different,
What's the password here?
I don't know, my automatic.
Julie? What is the password on Wi-Fi?
I think it's Winnebago County, all caps.
My computer won't allow, because I have so many things on here, it won't allow me to download the Zoom, so that I can do that, so.
Betsy, can you, oh, you won't even be able to send it to me for me to try and share it then either, if you can't sign on, right?
With Zoom, yeah, it will not let me do it. Let me see if I can do it. I'm gonna try one again.
WaveNet. That's the correct one?
What was that?
WaveNet.
I don't know.
Yep. WaveNet is the
Wait.
one.
Okay,
I'm gonna try it one more time, Julie. I just took out a lot of stuff on my, I had to do this, so.
I can pull it off my phone.
Well, she wants to see what I'm doing. Yeah, that's all.
But this is probably gonna be the last meeting, right? We'll be done with this.
Don't worry about it, here it comes.
Oh, it's dripping on the way out.
The other thing, Betsy, if you can send it to me from your phone, I will print it up here. If you can do
Okay.
that.
It's not on my phone either, it's on.
Okay,
this stupid thing. Just give me
Okay.
a second. Let's see if
Sure.
I can get it down a different way. Right here. Verifying. You guys can go ahead and go around me, I'll just.
Well, I need it too. I'm sorry. Julie? Could I ask you to contact, the computer folks to find out what the password is for WaveNet?
I'll go over and ask if you want to.
I can do that.
Okay. Thank you.
So some of us were talking, but Julie talked with a few of us about how she wants to make sure that it's communicated that the clerk's office shouldn't be. So I guess I could ask Julie this in a little bit, but it shouldn't be involved as far as being overburdened and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that kind of what she was saying, Karen? As far as our discussion,
This, I need to-
Julie?
I'm sorry, I missed the first part of that.
So Julie indicated that when we are discussing.
Oh, I know what she was saying. What she was saying was, when we're making a decision, don't think about what it takes them to go through all of those per diem sheets
Okay,
every month. She said, don't make that a
so
consideration.
therefore, the page 5, I'm just mentioning on that second paragraph,
The one that's not highlighted, the one that says over the years.
task force summary, page 5,
Okay, the second paragraph, over the years.
last sentence, overburdened. I'd like to get feedback on whether or not she would be okay with us putting that down.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Wait till we get to there.
Yeah, we will, yeah,
That's a very good point.
Yeah, she said she didn't want to, it shouldn't be one of considerations with
Yeah.
how we decide this.
yeah.
And I
So-
just wonder if you, having the word overburdened in there
Implies that,
implies that we're concerned about that. We are, but not, that's not the consideration
Yeah.
she says.
so I'll bring it up again a little bit later.
Okay, all right.
But it is a huge factor in all of this.
But she was saying, right, just this morning, or just today,
Yeah,
that she didn't want us to be.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
good. Okay, that makes
She's
sense.
talking to IT probably.
she's like Dick Tracy. Oh, no, she's gonna pull her again. I thought she was talking into her.
Oh, that's. Oh my gosh, this is not going well for me
And
here.
of course, some of that. should put in. You know,
Not there.
Oh, I do understand what she's saying. Because it's the job of the clerk's office to take care of these things. But if this can make it easy, then.
I think just stated
Yeah.
the concern, I mean, if it was my department, I would file an opinion on that. too.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree, you're right.
So just even, yeah, removing that overburden word. So,
Okay.
9,577. $63.
pass mine around the end users. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to sign into Zoom on here, but it keeps telling me this message is not.
Well, I can copy it, I can pass it around. Do you want to sit over there?
So you're in this,
Yeah, I'm in the program, yeah.
oh, so why don't you? Share, are you in Zoom?
I'm in,
Zoom and share yours and then I'll
I have
work
no
on it
idea.
on mine.
no idea. There. I have no idea how to do that,
Okay.
share a screen.
Let me show you, okay, so
There it is.
sign into Zoom, just do
Oh
that.
my gosh,
I'll work you through it, because if your computer works and mine is not working for that, that's
Okay.
fine, because it'll show up on yours anyway.
so what am I looking for?
You're gonna go under Winnebago County, so go under, where's the
This is
Winnebago
not
County
Winnebago
site?
County, I do not have it on here.
Oh, okay, just look and,
There.
where's your, sorry. Okay, I can do it real quick on his, if you can. I can do it, I just have to. Maybe.
Julie, what we're doing is logging onto my computer, my iPad. So that we can put it up on the screen right now.
Okay,
That makes sense?
yep. Can
Okay.
I ask, does the report that we printed out for you have August 10th on the front page and it's highlighted in blue?
Yes.
Okay, so that's
Yeah,
the one,
Same one.
okay.
It is 26. There's the Zoom meeting link. It's not me do it on that way there, so scrap it. I'm gonna do it.
Can't do it?
Nope, it won't let me do it on yours
Let me
either.
walk upstairs and get some of my.
Okay.
If they wanna try it, they can. It would be easier for you guys to see this because I'm realizing now. I hate technology.
We can do it on one or the other, and maybe we'll be more familiar with yours.
No, maybe. I'm sorry, guys.
But we can do the first page is over, that is okay. Other than what's in blue will be in black. On that, that's the final report page. The next page is the table of contents. We're in the midst of putting different page numbers on it, so that's why there's a lot of TBD. So if you guys are okay with that, there used to be in this, the first final report, there was a page that was called introduction. The life of me, I could not find anywhere in here that it said that page introduction, so I think it was just something that was put in very early.
It's me.
Okay, we have two computers up here, we would like to put one of them, it doesn't matter, whichever's the easiest one into Zoom. That was, I'm on an iPad, she's on.
So I usually am the one who's doing all this stuff, and I just wanna share my screen, so I was trying to get on Zoom, and then this is the second time it's doing this, let me see if it works now.
Okay.
What's it saying?
Do an update for Zoom.
Yeah, and it did it last time, and then it says it won't go through, so I might have, cause I'm on Brave, I'm not on Google, it may not like it.
Okay.
I don't know, we'll see if it'll work now. Which, cause you came down here, it's probably gonna work. You got that magic touch. What magic is gonna jump in there?
That's the same. Screen I have.
Is it really gonna work now? That's what it says. Tried to sign in a couple of times and then since it won't send me a verification, no, it was in the phone, but it won't do it through there.
This would be something, probably, but it's not doing it.
Why did you bring your county issue?
It's very difficult to do Google Docs on an iPad.
Oh, okay.
It's so much easier on my computer.
Okay, gotcha.
It's Windows based as opposed to that. It's just easier on this and we
Yeah.
can in Google Docs, so. But I don't update my computer very often. I mean, I just use it for basic stuff, so. I have a power and stuff, PC at home, and I have one of these. So we could go over this while this is working. So I took out, if you're on page 3, you want table of contents, you guys want to start there?
Sure.
I took this out already,
The all page
Mhm.
numbers.
and then the rest of it I'll fill in and we finish up. And then,
You mean the actual page numbers?
Yeah.
Okay.
because I put in the automatic page numbers now, so.
Okay.
I mean, it does look prettier to say page, whatever, but it was becoming too much of a pain in the butt to do that way.
Sure.
This automatically does it for me. So
Okay,
then,
Page 4. Is there any changes there? Anybody, anything that they would like to add,
I mean,
delete?
we could add stuff to it
Yeah.
so that we don't have as many questions.
That would be important, but
You know, so if you consider what were some of the major questions that we got when we were at JPS.
you know, Paul's. Poor
I
people
mean,
had-
and we're,
had nothing to say and Paul's. He had a lot to say.
My only question on the page 4 from the co-chairs, I'm just gonna ask one last time. Are y'all sure you don't want to sign your names at the bottom of this? Because yes, someplace in here it tells us on page 2, it tells us who the chairs are, but are you sure on this?
I can sign, I have no problem with that. I can put that in there when we go to, you mean just put our names on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
I'll put that in there when,
It just seems you two have done all this work. And you should at least sign it.
It says from the co-chairs though.
I
So,
know.
so wouldn't it be just them two? That's your.
Yes, just the two of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He did it?
Where is it? Oh,
and it's my
that's
name.
easy.
Betsy.
Okay, so I got it. Now tell me before you leave, I need to know how to share my screen.
Well, here's the thing, Eric can't leave.
We'll just work all the time then, right?
Why is Betsy all ghost-like?
Oh,
It's a cute, she's got some art.
Oh,
I usually have a single line.
yeah, I do too. Okay, I keep saying that too.
Whoever started the meeting is disabling screen sharing, so.
Oh, he's gonna fix it.
Oh,
I'm, excuse me, I made Betsy a co-host, so can she, so do I need to?
Oh, we're good, we're good.
Okay, okay,
The screen can open up. You have to open up your documents.
Okay, so how do I,
Google.
how do I get up there and do it? Oh, it's in the way. Ooh,
So then you have to.
This one?
Go ahead.
Oh. Yay, okay.
okay. Wizard,
You're welcome.
thank you.
It's a wizard.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
yay.
All right, we're back.
So you guys are gonna see me work at,
Page 4 now. We're gonna do sign-ins there.
Let's forget, is it OR or ER? OR.
District thing.
I'll make it pretty. What am I, 7? Yeah. It's been a long day already. Okay.
Okay, now we're at the escrow summary. Is that the next page?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay,
as Shauna had said before the meeting started, maybe during this shutdown, she said that second paragraph,
yeah,
over the years. Then the last line, given the chore of finding a fair amount that would reflect and so on. And Julie had said that not to take into consideration, what we've got here, the overburdened clerk's office, she said, don't make us a consideration. So
Just even removing the word overburden would be, I think would be a little
I think
bit-
so too, yeah.
yeah, I think that's
Make it
fair.
efficient for both the supervisor and the clerk's office.
yeah.
Okay.
And then we have
an
it-
overburden.
Yeah, take out overburden.
Got
Okay. Then I put in a whole new paragraph here. We discussed and considered combined salary plus smaller per diem, as shown above. We felt the major amount of time spent by the clerk's office in processing a loan is an issue. Also, with the possible changes of the standing committee structure, we felt that if this could drastically change the overall compensation, this and any of the other recommended changes could also be changed by the District Public Services Committee and or the Board of Supervisors.
Okay, so once again, we're mentioning the amount of time spent by the clerk's office. Julie said she didn't want that
Okay.
as part of, so you want to fix that second sentence.
Okay, and what about adding something else? Because another,
Considerable time. Maybe.
I think I mean, our point is that there is an amount of time that is sunk in by the clerk's office.
Yeah,
We're not making a determination about whether or not the clerk's office should be spending their time on that, but we're noting that it's one of the factors that comes with a per diem. I mean, I think there's a difference between saying we're moving this way because we don't want the clerk's office to have to spend this time, and that a per diem naturally comes with an administrative, cost to it
oversight or cost.
that we were cognizant of, and I think that's what this paragraph.
Yeah.
so almost with major, yeah, I agree with you. With major amount of time, almost makes it sound like this is the most thing, doing the per diem report is the most that they do, and that isn't. It's just a,
I
so
agree.
think maybe just a considerable amount of time.
I think another major factor why we're doing this, and we can put this before that and add that as a side note, like, just like what Kobe said, is that the differences of pay.
Mhm.
So you got some people not putting in for anything at $100 minimum, going all the way up, whatever. I mean, the what's the word I'm looking for, the inconsistencies of pay is another factor. To me, it is. I mean, I don't think one person should be making more than another doing the job, unless you are chair, that's the only difference. We're all supervisors and we should all be making the same.
And it just takes so long, you have to look at, I don't know what date I had first on finance, so when I fill out my per diem, I have to go through the calendar, I have to find every meeting I'm at.
Yeah.
Get the mileage, if I just got a salary, it saves me time and it saves the clerk time. So we're streamlining it to make it more
Saving the
efficient.
supervisor and the clerk time.
Right, we're gonna make it easier for the.
Streamline.
I like that word.
Okay, write that down on your sheet.
Okay.
And then, okay,
Where
so,
is
so now you just
instead of
need to
major amount
use
of-
those words, write them down or something, and then, so I can, cause then you guys have to tell me what to write on this. We discussed consumers and considered a combined salary plus a smaller grant. And we felt that
The
The
time,
major amount of time spent by the supervisor, I can put supervisor first.
well, you could get rid of major amount and just put, felt that the time spent by supervisors and the
and the
clerk's
clerk's
office in processing alone is an issue.
So look what I'm doing up there. I'm doing, so felt that the amount of time,
Just at the time.
Yeah,
That would be more
the
succinct.
time,
the time.
time spent by the supervisor in the clerk's office.
No, or maybe by supervisors,
Yeah.
not just the
By
supervisors,
supervisors.
by supervisors and the clerk's office.
By supervisors. And the clerk's office.
And the clerk's
office, I want it. Is an issue.
Let's read it off. As
And-
shown above,
and,
we
Okay.
felt that the time spent by supervisors and the clerk's office in processing alone is an issue, is an issue. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Does it?
Should I put? Also. Somewhere I feel like where I have my. Thing is where we should put on there about the inconsistencies in streamlining. I think that should be the most important part. Before the time. Cause inconsistencies is a big deal. I mean, that's,
Oh, it is.
and that's one of the reasons why we're doing this.
It kind of begs the
Is it
question,
possible that then people will argue, well, so-and-so, some supervisors only take one committee
Yeah.
meeting, whereas others are working more committees, and so some of us are putting in more time,
Yeah,
some of us are on statewide,
Right, and that,
WCA, committees.
and those are not, those cannot be measured completely. So it's not, it's not really a measurable thing at this point.
Yeah.
If we do this, and that's why they're doing the committee restructuring too.
Well, I just feel like if we make an issue of inconsistencies in what people are making, people are gonna say, well, there are inconsistencies in how much we put into this. I'd be careful about, just let the inconsistencies go.
I would too, because I don't want to put a list in here.
Yeah,
I don't want, first question, I would have, show me the list, I want to see it. I know I can get it.
But why are we afraid of the list?
we don't want, because we don't want,
That's.
we don't want this, then to have to do this again, because somebody at JPS says, we want more, I want to see more.
I see that list. But he can, if he or she,
You know, and I look at it, the people that are on those committees are really gonna wanna be on them and do a good job. I mean, I go to committee meetings and all the information's right in there, but they never even read their packet before they came to the committee meeting.
Yeah.
So they're asking something that was there.
Yeah,
So I don't care if you don't wanna take any committees, I'll take the committees, I'm interested in them. I listen to them, I go to them. I don't care if I'm on 2 committees or 6 committees, but if I'm on a committee, I'll give you 100%. I'll read my documentation, I'll do
Yeah.
my homework,
right.
and
I made that
We're all
point at
gonna
JPS because something that somebody asked me was right in front of them.
right,
So if you read this stuff and try not to find all the fault with everything and actually open up your mind to what we're showing you. Maybe you don't have to ask all those other questions. We can get through these things a little faster.
and there will be inconsistencies. There'll be supervisors with 1 committee that are gonna get $6,000 and gonna be supervisors with 6 committees. But the one with 6 committees wants to do it. He wants to be a part of it. He wants to make sure that he's
Sure.
helping and doing it.
yes,
So it's a choice.
So I don't have a problem with, the inconsistencies of the committees.
I really don't either. I mean, we're public
So not put it
servants
in.
and either
No,
you
I-
take that seriously and do whatever you can, or you say, I'm gonna do the bare minimum, but that's
what you're
That's-
voting for when you do this.
Yeah.
So I mean, it really is a constituents that have that option. And it's, so tell me what I should write. Then, should we want to put that in there? What do you guys think in the end here?
It's good the way it is.
I agree, but I have a question on that second second sentence of the blue paragraph, as shown above. What did we show above? And do we need that line in there? That phrase in there?
See, oh, as shown above.
Can we just start that sentence with, we felt the major amount.
Yeah.
We need,
yeah,
we need the
very good
terms
point,
that
yeah,
was shown above, is that,
Yeah,
Just take out as shown
Yeah.
above is what
And
I
say
would
we.
say, just because it's
Done.
simple.
yeah,
That's,
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
very
beauty of Google Docs right
Yeah.
now, huh? Done.
done.
okay. Anything else? Adrian? Move the period over.
Yeah, I did. There you go.
I think I took some words out of that.
There you're good. We don't want those blue anymore.
So is there anything else in there? Let's look at the next paragraph, next came the collection of data, anything else there? Is that C and D, is that correct? Is that word?
Yeah, and see what we wanted to see.
C is comparison of counties and compensation plans, D, similar to county budgets, supervisor compensation,
Okay, that's what we're talking about there.
okay?
Yeah, that's good.
The sentence, the paragraph that begins, next came the collection,
In there, oh yeah,
okay, 1, 2, 3, 4
Yeah.
lines down. To run. And I would say, and to work, to run and to work, those are two different things.
Where do you see that at? I'm sorry.
Fourth line down, next came other counties, that
okay.
is to run and to work,
oh, to run for the office.
and to work, yeah, so,
And to work.
yes,
So you just want the word
Run
to.
for this
Yes.
office,
it's not to run and work, it's to run, to work, and to work.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, now, the chair is not, possessive, but you make vice chairs possessive, but you didn't make an apostrophe, so. So please note the increase in our chair apostrophe S. And vice chair apostrophe S.
okay, should we put the word supervisor's chair, or is this county, or committee chair? Vice chair.
I just say chair and vice chair. I mean, no, okay.
I would put in supervisor's chair, and vice chair, because we're not. putting
Chair,
anything for
the board
vice
chair?
Board
Okay,
chair,
so please note the increase in our board chairs apostrophe S and vice chairs apostrophe S.
Actually, vice chair, okay. We should take the apostrophe S out of vice
Possessive.
chair.
It's a possessive.
Well, no, there's,
There's
yeah.
one chair and he's possessing,
Yeah.
so it's chair apostrophe S, and there's one vice chair, so it's chair apostrophe S.
Chair apostrophe.
yes.
So both of them are apostrophe.
Apostrophe S, yes,
Mhm.
because you, in this one, you made chair singular and you made vice chairs plural.
Is that it right there?
Good catch.
I have a question, this may be some only Mary Ann can answer, and I don't know, unless Julie's listening and she knows. If a supervisor chooses to take no pay, does that mean that they can, that it will automatically go
No,
they still have to fill out something in order to get
Yes,
this?
W-2,
Yeah,
they'll pay taxes and
yeah, okay,
like there and everything else.
okay,
if they give it to.
okay, and also, what do you mean, a charity of their choosing? Are we really handing this out to any charity whatsoever? Are we talking about?
That, it's their
Count-
choice.
It's
They,
their choice.
they can do it or they don't. That's what the point is. Will be encouraged to donate their pay to a charity of their choosing if they
Okay.
choose not to.
Write a check.
They don't have to, they can do whatever they
Yeah,
want.
okay.
They could just not take it, but why would you not send it to a charity at that point?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Cause you have to pay tax on it.
But charity though,
But if it's coming to, if your paycheck is coming to you automatically, you're gonna be paying taxes off whatever you do with
yeah,
it.
and if
Oh,
you give
yeah.
it to a charity, at least you can claim
Yeah,
it.
I don't even know if that last sentence is necessary.
Well, you're right.
It's probably not. I put it in there because
I agree.
I know that
Yeah.
someone is going to ask that
That's-
question. That's the only reason why I put it in there.
But say, wait a minute, I don't want my money, is that what you're gonna say?
Every single time they
And
will
then you're
say
gonna
that.
say, so, donate it. It's in there, donate it.
That's the
okay.
only reason why I put that in
I
there.
get
It's
you.
because I know that someone's gonna ask that question.
I got you.
I don't
That's-
take the
right.
money, you
Okay,
know,
that's fine.
and that was the only reason why I put that in there.
I know several
I can
they'll
take it out though, I don't care.
monthly, but they'll take it towards the end of the year. But it's time consuming to look up all their meetings, so, and then sometimes they'll just forget it. Well, I think when they actually got a check of $600 or $500 a month, they're all gonna take it.
Yeah.
You know, and if they don't wanna take it, well, that's fine, but why wouldn't you donate it, take it and donate it? Because you get a $6,000 donation is gonna be way more valuable to you than a little bit of tax you're gonna pay on it.
Exactly.
You get to take $6,000 right off your income.
Right.
So, you know, you'd be foolish not to donate the $6,000.
That's what I mean, that's kind of why I put that in there, it's like, you know, be encouraged, I don't know, I could take it out, it does not matter, I
think
knew
it's
that
fine.
question,
I think,
I just know that question's gonna pop up. Am I wrong? It's probably gonna come up. Cause we have about 3 or 4 people that don't take us out, don't. Or no, maybe just 2 people.
well, there's,
I think it's more like,
I know there's at least 3.
oh, there's 3.
Well, if one person takes a little,
Yep.
one person doesn't take any. Is there 2 people that don't take any? I think there was just one that doesn't take any.
And I think
And
it's the way we take the per diem, it's, they don't wanna mess around with it. You know, if you're only going to a 1 or 2 meetings and they're not really computer literate, yeah, you can fill it out on paper, then you have to bring it down here. To them, $200 isn't worth their time.
right,
So I would say choose choose would be a better word, CHOOSE. Don't you think?
Charity of their choose?
Supervisors who choose no pay, comma, may and will be encouraged to donate their pay to a charity of their choosing. Supervisors who chose no pay,
Oh, that's fast.
I kind of feel like
so 2 O's.
Yeah, it should be 2 words.
supervisors who
No pay,
choose no
comma.
pay,
Well,
may and will.
okay, the word you have in here now is chose.
Yeah, that's one.
I just did it.
That's in the past. Okay, that's fine. I was just thinking, the beginning, supervisors who choose no pay may and will be encouraged to donate their pay to a charity of their choosing. Of their choice,
Of their choice.
On their choice, that's.
yeah,
This
and then
has-
the first word would be choose, I believe, and
So this is
grammatically
choice,
of their choice, and then choose, CHOOSE.
how's that look?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want you guys to tear this apart,
We-
because I'd rather you guys do it in this committee meeting than it be done.
Yeah, can you explain to me, and I may just be drawing a blank here, what our assignment class, what's the, the assignment that we had to do this ad hoc? Is that what the assignment is?
That's what I was,
Okay,
I saw this as an assignment,
okay, I just
but I
wasn't
can
sure.
change the
No,
word.
it's fine, I was trying to figure, out what assignment, okay, as soon as I started talking about it, it made sense to me.
In the last paragraph.
Last 2. Once again, English is my second language, Southern is my first. So, help me.
Anyhow,
I'm a history major, I'm not an English major. As they say, speak now, forever
Okay,
hold
so-
peace.
in the second sentence, second line, Office of Corporate Counsel, comma, and staff. Now, who's the staff? Is the staff of the corporate counsel, or is it staff of the clerk's office, the Department of Administration, and corporate counsel?
This is
staff?
how corporate counsel asked me to write it,
And whose staff is it?
and staff, there's all in general staff.
All right,
That's how she told me to write it.
okay. Okay, I don't see anything else on page 5. No. And here's all of our meetings. Okay. I'm not gonna check these dates, and assume you're right.
I cannot include the JPS meeting, even
Is
though.
there a reason to check the dates?
Almost was there.
No.
Answering
We weren't all
questions.
there.
That have been one of our meetings.
That's
No.
Any meetings that pay for it, that's Mary Ann's, I'm against it, but that's Mary Ann's thing.
But I was wondering if we should include that on this list of
Oh.
meetings.
That would be up to you guys.
Thoughts?
On what, I'm sorry.
Okay, we almost all of us were at the JPS meeting. Because
Oh.
that was on the agenda that we could be have a quorum, and we did, we had a quorum there, and we were answering questions and everything else. Should that have been included in? Okay, I gotta
Not a
know.
meeting.
I don't know, because it was a presentation, it really wasn't.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Really want your committee meeting.
No.
No,
Okay. So where are we now? Should be able to.
I checked it out, so it was real there.
just figure out why it keeps highlighting all the number breaks.
I don't know, that's your Google Doc.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. I had that problem too, all the same. It was appearing on every page there. And you can use that later.
Okay.
Next appendix is B. Can you go back to one to A again? I had trouble with these last two, the June and the July ones. Every time I do back in the Google Docs, it'll be over to the right or to the left. There, and I don't know why, but
What's lining up for
yeah,
her?
no matter what I do on it, it'll
This is
change.
lined up in here.
Yeah,
though.
it is, but on mine it doesn't too, so, okay, all right. All right, I got a lot of things in B.
Well, when you're looking at it on your iPad, it's not gonna look the same. This is, that's why I do it with this computer, because I think it works better.
What were your questions on B, Jim?
Okay, B, for the first one, budgets on Winnebago supervisor for the years 2013 to 2023. Where did we get this information from? Anybody recall?
I don't.
Julie, can you hear us?
I think that came right out of the budget book, didn't it?
Somebody gave us the number.
That could have been.
Julie, can you hear us?
She's on.
Oh, she's on the phone, okay.
But we have to put a note in there where this came from,
Budget book.
from budget book. What is it actually called?
Winnebago County
Budget,
budget.
big 3-inch book we get every year.
I
It's about October.
Big dumb book, you know.
Budget book. For now, it's going to be budget book, but I think we have to put that in there in parentheses. Do that right under the budgets for Winnebago County.
Found and budget books,
Yes.
apostrophe.
No,
Just
that's
S.
plural. Books.
Budget book?
Well, it's gonna be
And it's
technical.
multiple.
books,
so,
okay,
yeah.
So
alright.
it's plural, but there's no apostrophe for plurals.
So actual Winnebago County in the green,
Yes.
spent instead of spend?
No, I'm looking at that. The columns say total spend, average spend, why is it saying spend instead of spend?
So SPAENT?
Yeah, can you
It's
change
what the
that?
county spent for us.
Yeah, but why do we got the word spend?
Oh, no, I don't.
I change it. So,
It might just read better.
I fixed it.
Of probably even more importance on this. There are actually two tables in this appendix. They are related. However, the numbers do not translate between the two tables.
They don't.
That was what Supervisor Eisen said, that these numbers do not show up above. They're different numbers.
Yeah, because one, do you think it's because one is categorizing per year and one is categorizing per fiscal year?
Could be anything, could be
I
anything.
mean, that would make sense, that
Yeah.
they're going from January to January of 2 years, like a school year. Versus just January to December.
That's right. I mean, but we have to make sure that's what is happening, right? And I'm pretty sure that's what is going on.
So how do you rectify that?
Do we need both of them?
Then if that's the case, I would keep it simple and just choose one.
I think Sean's right.
Cause you don't wanna get people
Look at the
suspicious
yeah.
and,
Why are these numbers
Yeah.
different?
Yeah, why do we have to put that in there?
You know, because the second one
The
is
first one,
complied by the clerk's office.
Yeah.
So the second one, we know was verified by the clerk's office.
yeah, right,
So I would just eliminate the top one.
okay.
Can't document where we got it from.
So look up on, I'm getting rid of this whole table, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay. This whole table.
Yeah.
yeah,
But I do think we should clarify what budget year means, because I guess I'm a little unclear.
yeah.
Say it again, Kobe, budget what?
We should clarify then in that bottom table that was compiled by the clerk's office, what budget year means, so that we understand the difference between 2021 to 2022 and 2022 to 2023.
Maybe Julie, can you hear us?
Julie, are you back?
Well, aren't our budget years from January through December?
Well, we could just find out for sure.
That was my understanding, in which case.
They're January through December, so we just have.
Okay,
it
so
on
in
here.
that blue box, that top box where it says budget year.
Yeah.
And then put down January 1st through December 31st.
But we don't know that, Karen. We have to.
We don't know that's our
need to-
budget year?
No,
Yeah,
we
that's
need to,
what
we
Tom
need
just
to
said.
confirm. Where, I think if we need to confirm where these numbers
Okay,
came from and what they reflect,
Yeah.
because budget year 2022 to 2023 doesn't make any sense. We don't have a budget year that stretches over two calendar years. We have a budget year
I see what
2022
you're saying.
and a budget year 2023.
So just do 2023, 2022. Take out the
Yes.
first number,
Well, I'm not sure that that's right either.
Yeah.
I think,
because it's in the rear.
so I'm saying I think we need to go back to the source, figure out what did those budget years, what did that, the spanning of two calendar years in there, what did that actually mean?
Yeah.
And then decide what we want to do. I know where the top one came from. I think we, if I recall, we just went to those budget books and we looked at the budgeted and actual amounts and pulled those into a table.
yeah,
Should we do that really quick? Can somebody pull that up?
sure, is that,
iPad or whatever?
there you go.
Yeah, I can do that.
And I also fixed,
Hi, could you ask Julie to log on, talk to us over the computer?
Oh, there she is.
Thanks, bye.
Julie, you there? Julie, you there?
just, just come back.
Okay, can you see the screen there? We're talking about the budgets.
Yep.
We're budget year.
Yep.
The question is, we're thinking that the budget year should be, like the first one should be 2023, not 2022 to 2023. But we don't know where this information was where this information came from.
Because our budget
I see
year-
what you're saying. Yep.
We just wanna be able to tell everybody what the budget year actually includes.
Okay, it probably shouldn't say budget year. That's the, because this is the the report that we create for the access committee days. Do you know what I mean? So that's why it's 22 to 23. We do, like March, is it, April 1st to March 31st. That's why it's the 2 different years. So we need to change the budget year to, if you want to put it as excess committee, it's
Just
it's-
put those years in, if the budget year, and then in parentheses, it's March 31st, what did you just say?
the excess committee year starts as of April 1st through March 31st, because that's because of when you guys are elected.
Not sure if it's access or she's saying excess.
Excess, EXCESS.
Yeah, that's where I was getting confused, I'm thinking, what's an access year? Excess,
C,
EXS.
And then, um,
Set, meeting
dates, or if,
year.
years, or,
I like that. Dates, and then it's April,
1st through March 31st.
We abbreviate April and March so that it fit.
If he could at least have some part.
Betsy, if you do APR,
Yeah, APR.
That might
And
be
they
easier
are.
than it
hold on a
has.
second.
to the court.
Or-
Exactly.
and then MAR.
That is.
R. There.
Does that help?
that-
Yeah.
That is perfect.
Okay. See, that's why the numbers in the first part of appendix B didn't match up with
Yeah.
the numbers in, because one was an actual calendar year, and one was this excess budget
So
type
do you want
of-
me to put the other one back in there? I already got rid of it.
Is it gone for good? Is it in trash? You can pull it out again? Is there any reason to have it in
I
there?
don't think there's any reason to have it.
Probably not.
We're fine.
Except, I mean, the only thing is that it also showed what we budgeted. I think the only information that we're losing without that first table is the difference between what had been budgeted historically, which is a downward trend.
Yeah.
As well as what had been claimed, which is a, like, kind of up and down a little bit, I guess, but slightly downward trend.
Yeah.
Could this be something that the county could give us? Maybe with the actual number, what did we spend?
Well, we do have the actual numbers. I think it's just two different systems of tracking it, right? So like the excess budget days is because there's a statute that asks those excess budget days or excess days to be tracked according to our election calendar.
We don't show on the second table what we budgeted, all we show is what we actually spent.
That's why we're talking about
We don't need that.
putting that back in again.
We don't
Don't
need
freak
that.
out when you see this. Only way I know how to fix this is to do it that way. So,
Okay,
so then I have that, now I have to go back and redo
And
it.
Julie, can you hear us?
Yep.
Okay, so Betsy's put the budget for Winnebago supervisors back in again, which we had pulled, and where did that information, because someone's getting, it's not said where we got that information, we know it came from budget books, but how did we actually compile this? Did you give that to us? The part that says calendar year 2013, we actually spent this much, and this is what we budgeted.
Okay, that's the, on my screen, I only see the bottom of that table.
All right, can you pull it up, Betsy?
Yeah. hold on a
Sorry.
second. That's okay, no, I was just fixing it. There you go.
So where did it also came from budget books, did you give it to us?
I found it in the budget books, and that's, I went back that far.
Okay, so then could it say, Betsy, just as the lower one says, compiled by Winnebago County Clerk's Office through past budget, through current and past budget books?
Or if you want to, if it's county executive budget books, because it's the actual budget book is where I looked in and found them.
Yes,
County executive budget.
county
books.
executive budget books.
Found in the county executive.
Better put Winnebago, because someone's gonna say, well, what county was it? Point of order, what county? Winnebago has two ends.
Oh, good lord, see, this is why you guys gotta watch me, it would have flagged me. So how's that?
County executive, the executive apostrophe S belongs to him. Budget books, okay, fine. Okay,
And then all of this,
and it, scroll back, okay, How many you spent? Okay, that's fine. Now scroll down. If you would. And all those places where you have spend, total spend, think it's total spend.
Yeah, I started doing
spend.
that and I had to stop and,
And above that, the height, the
hold on a second, let me just.
You
work
can
on-
do that later, right?
the title where it says actual Winnebago County spend, you wanna say spent.
Yeah, I had to redo all my work to try to get that thing to pop back up.
Okay, go up to the, up a little bit, yeah, right there. No, down,
I fixed that one.
yeah, down to the title, right there, that green title. Actual Winnebago County spent. Okay, good. Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't understand the excess meeting dates.
So
$120,000.
the state statute requires, I could be wrong slightly on this, but like requires that if a supervisor exceeds a set number of committee days, 45 or something like that.
Yeah.
That it has to be specifically approved that to go above that limit by the board. The statute asks that that be tracked from April 1st to March 31st. And so that's where that year comes from.
Then are still gonna have to be tracked as of right now.
What's that? I'm sorry.
It's still gonna have to be tracked as of right now. Even if you go ahead and do what you plan to do right now, it's still gonna have to be tracked.
Oh,
You
you
just said,
45 days or whatever it is.
Oh.
60, yeah, okay. Okay, because this is where, the reason I asked, because this is where we got our averages from. On the last page of our report. I believe.
So there isn't, what I would say is there isn't different information between the two tables. It just shifts looking at it from January 1st to December 31st, the way our budget accounts for it.
Yeah.
Versus March or April 1st to March 31st, the way the state asks the county board to approve payment in excess of that limit. So it isn't adding anything that isn't accounted for in the other table. It just may be accounted for in 2023's budget. Not, versus the 2022 excess committee calendar, if you will.
Okay.
I don't know either. I don't know that we need both of them either. It is. I guess there was a question I was throwing out, if people feel like there is a value add to having the previous budgeted amounts versus what we actually spent. I do think that the second table is the most relevant information for this, to show the differences that we, that folks have. To show what that average, that I think it was key to some of the future work. In an effort to be clear about the information we're presenting, I guess I would suggest that probably we just do the second table.
Well, weren't you the one who just argued and putting the table back in
No, I
again because
was-
it showed a downward trend, a
I was
downward?
just showing, I'm just saying that the first, just pointing out the only information lost at the first table. Was just the difference in what we budgeted over the years and the actual spend. What we see in the second table is just the spending amount. Right? If it was relevant to note that we consistently come in under
Yeah.
the budgeted amount, but I don't know that that's
Yeah.
the key takeaway.
So, yeah, it is the three numbers, the average, high and low, are very important to them at that point in time. I agree with you, Kobe.
So, I mean, just asking Kobe, are you saying take out that top graph, but then at the bottom of the second graph, which would then become the first, say, we have consistently come in under budget for all 10 years or however, 11 years posted.
So just flip the graphs.
Oh, I thought you said take it out.
I think to, knowing what we know about how they're created, it doesn't make a lot of sense to put both of them in.
Mhm.
But then we lose the information that we've always come in under budget. Would you want that statement put in?
We would be doubling the budget anyway. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
And the second one to me feels very confusing, but I'm not
Mhm.
wired to be very, to understand some of this, but the first one is easier for me to understand.
You know, I think we understand them ourselves.
Yeah.
So we can explain it to anybody that has questions. We did the research, so why not leave them in there? You know, their actual budgeted numbers, if you look at the first draft, that's what the budget is from January first to December 31st.
Yeah.
If you look at the second draft, that's what the budget is from April 1st to March 31st. They're different. They have different,
That's fine.
Yeah.
Well,
I also
explain that.
find the top graph much more easy to understand.
well, I can do.
But
I
What
definitely
we do
understand.
miss in the second graph, if it's not there, is that, as Kobe said, there are state regulations about how many days. You're actually supposed to work, and those people who are taking more days or those who are taking less, and it shows up in this second one, but.
But if we go to a per diem or a salary, then that's not gonna matter anymore, right? If they do a vote for that,
I don't-
right?
I agree.
Yeah,
I
So
agree
this-
on that, which is why I think it's important, like to say, hey, this will make it level. I don't know, that's
So you would use that as a way to say that we wouldn't even have to deal with that?
right, it's make it level so that. Of course, the biggest. Rejection, or the biggest question is gonna come, what about those, and we've already talked about it, that just, they get a salary and they're, it's like, we're not gonna show up.
Yeah,
Well, we can't control that,
no.
no.
and it's
It
not.
sounds like controlling morality. If you're gonna run for office and you're not gonna show up to do your job. Hopefully your constituents will vote you out the next time. I mean, that means you're not gonna be able to regulate
You
morality.
can't, you just can't,
So
so
just leave them both in there then?
yeah, and we have to, that's gonna be a huge question, and maybe. when
It's,
we're
I think actually it's been
explaining
a couple of years since we've had a supervisor who just plain didn't show up, and we knew that there was a medical issue going on, but just not showing up for months. But she's not even
We had a
here.
coroner that had the problem.
Yes, we did.
And I just think it shows we did our due diligence. We looked
That's
at the
fine.
budget both ways.
And we leave it in there.
The beginning of the year to the
Yeah.
April 1st. Otherwise somebody could come up and say, well, you don't have it in there from the state where you do it from April 1st to March 31st. Then we say, well, we took that out. Why'd you take it out? Now we gotta explain to them why we took it out. So why not just leave it in there? We
Yeah.
explain to them this is
Leave
the
it
way
in,
the county
leave
does
it
it.
in.
And I also got it to page break better.
So you're gonna try to,
Okay, yeah.
Could
It's
it be
incorrectly.
put in the, okay, look, we have, let's say that the top one is number one and the bottom is number two. Could we take the data from the budget, just the number one, the budget column, and put it into the number two?
I don't think I have that.
No, because
No,
they're not looking at the same.
Okay.
I don't think I can fit it in there.
yeah, because the budget's looking for
I'm-
January through December, whereas
Yeah.
the other one's looking from
Maybe,
April to March.
but
You can explain it to them. if they got
yeah.
If they have questions,
Yeah.
yeah, we can explain it. Moving
Spencer's-
on.
If we can just sidestep a little bit here, the next meeting is on the 10th of August.
The next,
Yeah, there's a JPS meeting,
oh, GPS.
6
okay.
P.M., 10th of August. Everybody take a look at your calendars, if you know what it is.
I can make the Monday night.
Yeah, it's a Monday night.
That's what Tuesday is.
Everybody be
What
there.
day did you say?
August 10th
August
is
10th.
Thursday.
That's a Thursday.
Oh, is it?
August 7th is the Monday.
so the sun.
7th is the JPS, the
JPS,
first Monday?
yeah,
First Monday.
and it's at 6 o'clock,
What date is it? What date?
7 o'clock,
7th.
Oh, it's at 7th, it's August 7th,
August
oh,
7th.
but it's 6 o'clock,
it's 6 o'clock.
there you go.
Okay, all right, the reason I say that is everybody available for that?
Yes, I could, I have nothing on there for,
If it's not on the ninth, I'm good. I get to preview Nina High School.
You gonna be there though?
I got invited for the sit down dinner.
You gonna be there? Here?
I'm gonna be on the
JPS.
9th of that. No, I said
Okay,
any
right.
day other than the 9th, because I am not missing that.
Okay, the reason I bring it up, I think we have to, it'd be good if we had one person involved when there's questions that come up on this chart here,
Same.
that
Okay,
one person be the super person, they answer the question, so if a question comes up, that person, we send it to Betsy or to Shannon.
I have no issues, I mean, I got a little, testy with someone,
Some
but
Betsy, but
No,
Go
Wesley
ahead.
has that. With
Kobe,
Paul.
could you be the super guy that, and then somebody has a question about, these two things don't match here, and explain
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay, put you down as this,
Well, we got the first example for them, they shouldn't match.
they shouldn't,
They're
but
two different budgets.
they shouldn't, but it's.
but
Yeah,
it actually,
Trouble.
Yeah,
once again, it's self-explanatory. It says excess means
Yeah.
say April 1st to March 6th. That should clear that up. Should
They read-
have, could have, would have.
should have gone.
can I ask a question? Should we ask the corporate counsel's office just to give us the statement or what the statute is in the state thing that says state requires so many days? Should we put that notation in there? Ask the corporate counsel to give us the,
I don't think that's as relevant
Okay.
as the reason why we chose the data set we did, which is because that statute exists, the data was already tracked that way.
Yeah,
It gave us a 12-month picture, which is all we really needed, so we could have had somebody transpose all that data onto a January to December, but that was gonna take
yeah.
that would have taken a lot of time.
Good answer.
Okay,
So we
perfect,
have
I'm all
what you
set,
wrote down?
all set.
Okay. All right. Can we move off of this? Down
So
to
the
C?
next section,
I left a lot of notes in there about Supervisor Eisen there that would be taken out of there. You can probably take that out right now if you wanted to. We all know what it is. See how it looks.
All looks good to
They were all good comments there, and I think, we just, Julie and I just looked a little farther at the Fond du Lac County rules. They said they do state that the chair and the vice chair also are supervisors. The supervisor pay which counts, so they were really,
confirmation from the Bible Lac,
I'm sorry.
right?
Yes, yeah,
And once again, I added Venland in there because, Chuck, Fari used to be the chairperson, and he sat there and gave me the numbers right there.
so
He
now.
said there was plus a per diem, but I don't know what that plus per diem is, so I just added plus per diem. And we can ask him if we need to.
Okay, if you take those two notes out here.
This
we'll
right
just
here,
Put on one page.
you want all, oh yeah, it'll fit. So this is to be gone
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, get that.
We even have that done, so that should.
Okay, and I have a problem with the word like in there.
Okay,
What else can we call it? This Lake County, do they all have lakes around them? No.
Comparison of counties over 100,000.
Yeah, if that's the criteria, let's just say,
you don't like the word like?
I don't not like the word like.
yeah, I mean, if
Because they're different.
if
Every
the criteria
criteria
is
is different than us.
just 100,000 population.
Yeah, that's the
or
only
more,
thing we
let's
looked at. It's a
just say
county.
that.
And it's 100,000.
comparison, of compensation programs, and then underneath it says population over 100,000, or I can put that in one line, we could give us an extra line and I can move it up.
Compensation comparison of counties over 100,000.
Okay, tell me again.
Compensation comparison of counties over 100,000. And I would probably
Comparison of,
counties over 100,000, over 100,000 POP. 100,000 plus POP. Like the symbol plus.
no,
And then you can take out that little parenthetical thing below it.
I got a few things I gotta take out, so I get.
Missing the county. Okay. They got the first.
Yeah.
4 words.
And all the stuff in our paper with in red and in green, these are just notes to yourself, you take
Yeah.
it down, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
think there's too many lines here.
It's title of the chart.
You've underlined all the other titles.
Is that number one?
I don't think you did.
Well, budgets, Winnebago supervisors for the years twenty twenty
Okay, then-
is an actual Winnebago County
There's a
spend.
lot of lines on this, that's why I'm like,
I did it because it's on the
Oh.
title page on the.
we've got
Okay,
lines. I think that's why we're,
Okay,
like,
so you got lines on that one.
yeah, so I'm seeing this line, can we get rid of
Sure, take the line, take the underline off if you want to.
like this one?
No, the underline,
Of all of them,
of all the titles.
Or leave them all on, I mean.
Yeah, do one or the other. Either leave them all on or leave them all off.
Yeah. Because I want it to be so exactly the way on the table of contents. That's what they're gonna look at.
okay, that's fine, so can I get rid of this line though, because I feel like there's too many lines.
Yeah, that was just there for a page number line. So,
Oh, okay.
and you can get
All these lines,
that one.
Yeah, the formatting you can deal with later, I suppose.
okay.
So we don't actually have all the counties though that are over 100,000 in this chart.
There were missing responses
Okay.
that we didn't, that we got the reports. What they did is they sent, the clerk's office sent it out to, actually Sue started working on this. Sent it out to all the counties to get this information. And then they brought it back and then they started calling them to get them.
Okay. Then I think we should just note that we like note that, so it doesn't look like we're saying, here's a list of the 100,000 population.
Thought I noted that on the bottom.
And,
Assorted counties, some counties, I mean, you could just put it in the title.
you know, I just think like there's like maybe 2 or 3 looking at the next chart, you know, Milwaukee being one.
Yeah, that was a note that was in there.
That-
Milwaukee, yeah, the last note, Dane and Milwaukee did not respond.
Yeah.
And that makes sense, but just again, to be, you know, to get ahead of these things, I think we could note,
Yeah.
just note that. That this is the 100,000 population counties that responded.
And do we need to add the information that the county clerk office sent out a questionnaire, da?
Yes.
We do need to add that?
Yes.
Okay.
That was something that all eyes in one.
Yeah.
Where's your
And that was
document?
good. That was good. I agree with them. So where did that came from, or did you just make it up?
Okay, so can I ask a question then? So there's no
Yeah,
question.
we can speak up,
If,
just speak. up.
after that county clerk's office sent out and these numbers and sort of the results, then at the bottom of that chart, where it says notes Dane and Milwaukee did not respond, should it be there instead of at the bottom? So automatically, as you look at this, you're gonna know, as you're scrolling through here, we didn't hear back from Milwaukee and Dane.
Yes.
Yeah, I just put it, bring it up at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. That-
You know
What
what
would
we're
you like
saying?
for me to do? So you
It's
want,
this note.
you want this note
Yeah,
down here,
that whole thing.
To the top.
And I guess if there's a plus sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
put that
put it
whole
above.
thing and put it below.
Yeah.
These numbers are the result of both responses. Okay.
Get that on one page,
no,
can't you?
no. I cannot, that's why I was trying to make it actually a little bit bigger so that you could read it better, because I can't get it in one.
Okay, can you make it wider or anything?
Uh,
Just the column width, or the printing in the column? And not the first one, make that smaller? I mean, all the
That
printing
went
in
up a
there.
little bit.
small.
Yeah, that
You
gave
got a
it a
couple.
line that helped. Can you put appendix C right next to the title? The
Sure.
count comparison, like just put appendix C down
Oh,
next to
yeah,
it.
you got some space between the words appendix C and M.
I was
Is
trying
there
not
anything
to make
above
it,
appendix C, can you change
I
the
can't
margin?
make it go, it won't let
Can't
me go
change the
back up.
margin?
I keep trying to bring it back up and it won't.
Margin, can you change your margins or?
And the markets, would that get?
Mine is already.
Still, we're down to two, but you can take out the,
Cut margin?
between, after the plus sign indicates salary for Diem, can you, between that and the top of the chart, can you take
That
that out?
helped.
Oh, I don't want that.
It really was one sentence. So you can change, ooh, now we're down to one. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you-
Is there?
I may be able to do one more thing.
You-
Okay.
You see it under board chair for Fond du Lac County, you could take the line. I'll scroll just a little bit. Little more. You could make that one
Oh, that would give you some, yeah. that'd
one
be
line,
great,
then I think you could make the Fond du Lac, you could get your extra line out of
Yeah.
Fond du Lac.
What is 5,000 plus 3,000 plus 8,000?
5,000 is their salary, the chair's salary, 3,000 because the chair is a supervisor. Equals 8,000.
Okay, so that probably needs to
Yeah,
be
that's why
changed a
there's
little bit.
line in there.
So it says plus, so now we're looking at
Plus-
16,000.
per diem.
Okay, so then it is 16,000 then?
No, 5,000 plus 3,000 equals 8,000.
Okay, then it should say equal after 3,000.
Yes, right, that's why I had the line in there between the 3 and the $8,000.
But I think it says 3,000 plus because it's 3,000 plus,
3,000
plus a per
because-
diem.
Plus is the per diem, yes.
Do we need 8,000 on here? Can we just say 5,000 plus?
That's we had before, you can do that, yeah,
So,
8,000 and 3,500. Or with the price, or with the,
so can we take the
Sorry.
8,000 or just put 8,000?
we just put the 8,000 in there.
I don't know why you need that. Why can't people add up 5 plus 3?
So do you want,
That's the only place it shows it.
so how about just do the total of 8,000?
That's what I'm saying,
Okay, just put 8,000 then, okay.
because I know that'll get you, and
And if you wanna put the term,
and do the same thing on
plus,
the vice
plus,
chair.
and then below 8,000 plus, put down plus would be on the next line, per diems.
Don't have to, but yeah. Why not?
Yeah, but it already says up there that if it's a plus, it does
Yeah.
mean add the
Yeah.
DMs.
Oh,
You don't
that's
have to-
Yeah,
That's right, it already says that.
Okay,
What's that green box say? It's hard to read.
that's the documentation where we got it from, that information. Because Supervisor Eisen questioned.
it might be good to change that, just take away the highlight maybe?
Yeah, so we can see what it says.
It's, I don't know how you highlighted it, but
Yeah.
I'm having problems taking out highlight.
I did the highlighting of the whole square,
So it's the background,
yeah,
a background color.
I could try, but it was not letting me even do that earlier.
First. Do I have another?
Well, what
set of
Because you
here?
can't see it at all on the
No.
actual printout.
From
Because you- there's now-
document sent from Lisa.
Hey.
Freiburg County Clerk, Rules of the County Board, Part 2.
Is that the word, is that what we were trying to get from?
No, this is the highlight, but so,
Oh, do the eight.
wait, why is that highlighted? Oh, from a document. Okay, so I'm gonna try to right click this. Let me do a W there.
So at least we got the chart on the one page.
Yeah, we did, and I'll figure out how to,
This is
Actually-
not an eight,
so when I do this,
when this right here is eight.
but that's, I have to highlight it first, right? So when I do this,
So I had it. I have it online. I can do it together.
so then I do the highlight color and I do none. So maybe that's something you could do when you work.
Okay. I'll put a note to myself.
Okay.
Okay.
Appendix B, yeah.
Okay.
Are we never ready for appendix D?
Okay, anybody want to jump in on C? You're the expert on C.
I mean, everything looks good. Those,
If there's any questions on, it.
I'm sorry,
Or if there's any questions from the floor. There's actually two more presentations of this. One is at special orders.
They're gonna be sick of us. I've already been.
Yeah, yeah, it's in for special orders and then another presentation. Possibly another presentation.
With that, I'm sorry. With that, committees again for special.
Good evening. Thank you. Anybody want to do C?
Betsy, you want to?
I'm doing C.
What we're doing D now. Are we not done with
She
D?
he was passing to someone to present it, Jen, so.
Oh, I see.
So we're on D,
Yeah, on D, I had no problems with this.
So I think, I think the last time I had questioned if we were sure that all of these were just for supervisors. And I think it seems pretty clear that these aren't just salaries for salaries or payments, wages for supervisors. Cause I just don't, I know we don't have the numbers for Dane and Milwaukee County, but
No, we do. Oh, on this one.
well, we don't have the per supervisor, but, you know, almost 1.2 million for Dane County would mean that they're paying their supervisors an average of $30,000.
Mhm.
Is that what they're paying?
I don't know, but I don't think so.
I
They
would think
may, I mean, you never know.
And,
It's Dane
should we
County.
ask Julie?
and then I think Paul's note, Supervisor Eisen noted that
They
somewhere
don't respond, I don't know.
that okay, so Supervisor Eisen notes C, Appendix C, page 8. He goes on to suggest that the Outagamie County budget of $468,352 is for 3 full-time employees. And the 37 part-time employees, and I'm assuming the 37 is the supervisors. I don't know what. I didn't verify if that's accurate or not, but again, looking at the almost $6,000 base salary, a little bit more for the per diems and stuff. It's hard to imagine you get to $468,000 just on supervisors.
Mhm.
If this was verified by the clerk's office, maybe Julie could tell us what.
I think, well, I remember we pulled from their budgets, from their budget books, what their wages were. But I think it's, I think it's clear from the note from Supervisor Eisen, as well as just, kind of a gut about some of these other counties that the math isn't adding up based on what it says they're paying their supervisors. So,
Well, I would like to see what Julie has to
Sure.
say about that, if you are available.
I am still here. I was just, which county? I was trying to look up while you were talking, like, but do you want Milwaukee, Dane, or Outagamie?
We're on Appendix D, first of all, you see that?
Yep,
Okay. Outagamie was the first question, I mean, the main one, right off the top of. They're only making like 6,000 per supervisor, roughly,
But they plus per diem.
plus per diem. But yet the Outagamie budget is 468, so.
Yep.
That would be the chair.
I'm trying to find their budget book on the website, because I believe that's where I went, but right now I'm struggling.
But I don't think
You-
that the numbers are wrong. I just, I just do think that that at least we're not necessarily comparing apples to apples.
We
right,
just want to make sure that this is actually straight supervisor pay, that's the biggest thing.
right.
It's
And-
hard because each county probably does something different and they report things differently. So, and we don't know, for example, and I'm sure Julie is thinking the same thing, like, we don't know how much they pay non-supervisors, or if they do pay non-supervisors, or if that's included. I mean, it's hard to, there's not a exact formula, is there? I mean, that they have to put non-supervisors in, or, you know what I mean, for, like we do?
Right.
That, I mean, there's not like an exact formula for budgets that you have to follow. So it's really to each county,
Yeah, I
so
think she's
we-
looking up out of gaming.
my point is we can't give them exact and tell them all the details, because it'd be impossible with this many counties.
No,
So they're gonna have
Correct.
to just look at the numbers and say, hey, sorry, but this is what we're given. We can't give you too much more, but it could include, I mean, or we can just get rid of it.
I think we should get rid of it.
Get rid
I
of
mean,
it.
we have,
Is it really needed? My question.
I think in a perfect world, if it tells what other counties are paying in total for their
Yeah.
supervisors, yes.
So we can't tell you what's in that number.
But we don't know that for sure if we. I mean, I think the out of gaming one is pretty clear that Supervisor Eisen is on, is something there, because when I backed out the
Yeah.
numbers for salaries. You'd have to have 9,332 per diem days.
Yeah.
In a year. So you
Well, how much
essentially,
are they paying their chair?
I backed that out as well,
And,
15,000.
and we don't know if they paid their non-supervisors.
So, but
It's still
regardless,
9,000.
9,000 per diem days in a year is
And it could
absurd. That'd be 30 people getting a per diem, or 28 people getting a per diem every single calendar day.
Could be 10
so
people.
Julie,
So-
did you come up with any details?
I'm close.
Okay,
Like Allegheny County, they do
Oh.
have 30 county board members and they do get, like their finance committee meets twice a month. And I'm sure it takes, they were at the conference that I was at.
Yeah.
So, the conference fee was $580, the hotel was $1,360.
Yeah.
So that was expended into their, it's really not a salary, but it was cost.
But they probably track, like us, they probably track those as conference registration, as trainings.
You're
hotels
assuming
as
they do,
travel.
yeah, but we don't know how they report it. So, we report things a little differently because we can just,
Well, I mean, I think within the budget, they would
Sorry.
have to.
right.
okay,
Yeah.
Julie's got something.
Yep. I am trying to get into the Outagamie County budget and the system's not letting me.
Okay.
It's,
All right.
I mean, Milwaukee and Dane, those numbers do not surprise me.
Yeah. And does
I
it,
think
is it part of our charter to have something like this? To support what we're doing?
Well, I guess, no,
Does it
it
support what
doesn't,
we're doing?
it's not necessary.
I mean, so what? When you get done with the whole thing, I look at it and say, oh, so what? What was that ever into any other figures?
Do we want to take it out? Tom, do you think that would help you when you were looking at this? Or do you think that it makes it more confusing because the numbers don't add up?
Oh, look really good, I mean, like Colby brought up, that things, if you don't know exactly how these numbers are put in there, it can confuse a lot, and you've got
Yeah.
a lot on board that's really been upset on.
And I don't think we're ready to go through and say, okay, Allegheny is gonna cost this much. There's 10 people in the department, there's 30 supervisors and.
You know,
Yeah, if we don't-
if there's any information, we're better off.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought.
So appendix D is out.
Probably needs to be, because we just can't be for sure on.
Don't worry about looking it up anymore, Julie. You're good.
We're just gonna cut it, Julie.
okay.
Thank you for getting the information when we needed it, though. I appreciate it.
No, that's okay.
We may have to or make a question on that JPS.
So, okay, then question. So I'm gonna get rid of it. Is that okay?
Yeah.
It's gone.
So then appendix E is now gonna be called appendix D, which means it has to change in the table of contents as well,
It's
right?
not letting me.
What we have it listed right now is E, even though it's D now. It covers 2 pages, and I don't see any way of shortening it down. It's,
That's fine.
we don't use it, correct me if I'm wrong, did we ever use this page for our decision on what the chair is going to be paid, or the vice chair, or the supervisor? I don't think we ever, I mean, he was
I
just
don't
in there
believe
saying,
we just refer to it,
yeah,
you know, and bandied it back and forth. Well,
Yeah.
if this town's doing this, how does this compare to what we're doing?
I think it's helpful overall just to
Very
know that
helpful.
township chairs are making a good, they're being reimbursed well, and then look at our county chair
yeah.
and vice
Well,
chair, and
If we,
It's-
if we would keep it,
that,
my question is, do we want to call it comparison of compensation? So, I would look at it and say, are you comparing this to Winnebago County?
Yeah, I just say it's a table, right?
Table of compensation.
I would keep it real simple, like
Yeah, take the
compensation
comp-
for municipal boards, municipal board compensation, just so that they can have that information.
Right, and I did put
Or
a note under Winnebago
table
County for reference only, not used in conclusion section.
Okay, how about this? Are you watching?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's good, that's much better, yeah. And I think there's no other way to do this
Probably
except 2
capitalized
pages.
compensation would be.
No.
For a title.
Just to see, yeah.
Should municipal be all capitalized?
No,
Well, just to show that it's
I mean,
municipal being, I don't know.
capitalize just the first one. You don't have to capitalize every letter. Just looks a little bit more.
Municipal,
Yeah,
right?
and then capitalize boards too.
I'm not sure my note is correct, or Winnebago County for reference only, not used in conclusion section. Or maybe just for reference only, not used in conclusion section.
I'm not sure what that means. It's a little confusing.
Yeah, so me too.
So you just take the whole thing out?
Yeah, okay. But I don't want people to think that, okay, you did look at this number here, and then you do that in there. So that's why I added a note up at the very beginning of the. We did not, I think I did. So, in my mind, I was going to.
I could put it right here, right here. See right above your purse.
Reference only, yeah, thank you.
Can you go up to? Individual municipalities, comma, what you have, towns, and then put the comma after towns.
Oh, yeah, good catch. No, the English is my first line.
When you're in the middle of this and you're writing, sometimes you just get it on here and
Yeah,
then you go
yeah.
back. I mean, that's really, I mean,
Hold the thought.
yeah.
No one's telling you, I'm not blaming you, today is the day we're proofreading.
Yes, this is the day we're looking. Okay, so that's good.
Let's see, let's snapshot this.
Once
Each member of
again,
the task force called either the clerk or the supervisor to get.
Mhm.
Or a supervisor to gather the information. That's true. We all were involved in this.
yeah, and like I said,
Okay.
Chuck gave me a ton of minimums, so if those numbers aren't right, we can go to him.
Okay,
All right, and then we go down to appendix F. Which is now. Is it E? Yeah, I fixed it on the main page, I just have to go out. You can.
So did we decide, let's see appendix B, did we decide the committee chair was,
Oh.
a committee chair was getting nothing extra? I was gonna say zero, look at appendix B, what did we say? Doesn't tell me anything.
We're not there.
I don't like the way this is all set up. It's too wiggy wiggy. We need to either have it all in one, which I think we should.
What's that?
I'll show you that. I mean.
When does that one?
Um.
What you trying to do?
I'm trying to align it because I don't like the way this is all squiggly.
Do you wanna hyphenate with Marion County or something?
It just seems very, boop, 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 boop. And I
Oh,
tried
yeah.
to align it, but it's not letting me do it, so.
Of course, you Google Docs.
I know. Let's see if I can get it to try again.
A lot of times it was a manual between tabs and
Yeah,
space bar. So,
it's not letting me do it. I'll figure it out. I'll do that later. Okay, so take this out, need to check this page for accuracy.
yeah, I'm just not sure about where these numbers came from. And if it's changed.
Didn't we draw that from the appendix C?
So that should be, okay, range, and then we can say from appendix C.
So currently committee chairs do not make any more?
Right.
Okay.
How about base salary, no additional per diem because it varies per county, and then put, tally from,
Oh. Under range. From appendix C.
oh, okay, I was gonna put on the base, okay, so here,
Range. They're where the average. That people see it also.
Harder to tell just by looking, but I would assume so.
Does anybody wanna look and see if that number is accurate? Any of these numbers are accurate?
I can figure out the base if I'll figure that out.
Yes, because as you recall, a certain supervisor on JPS said, there's $1 difference.
That's fine, that's fine. But we're at the point where we can do it now.
and you know what, and that's fine, if, I mean, it's,
I don't have a
at
problem.
this point, you know, I'm just gonna make a nice subtle reminder at the next meeting. Let's look at the information we're giving you, like really open your eyes and see what we're trying to show you. You know, we're trying to give you as much information as we can, you know, with the best of our abilities, but please just read the information and tell us what you think of the information. Not trying to discredit every single thing that we do. And that's
You're
really,
really saying,
oh, I
your
will,
goal.
did you not hear me in the last meeting at JPS? Oh, she wasn't there, was she? She was,
I was at one JPS meeting.
were you there when, oh, you were there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the whole, you didn't go to college and I did?
Oh, bad thing.
Oh, Shauna missed that one.
It was lovely, Sean, it was lovely.
Okay, so
Oh, no.
we're here now.
No, Kobe is checking. We got everything.
Okay, I came up with a different average for supervisor base salary,
This one,
yeah. But again, the methodology may. I may not have done the same methodologies, right? So like for some of the counties that don't have a base salary, perhaps somebody figured per diems into that.
So you didn't include the ones that didn't have them.
Right, I just did
Okay.
base salary, the average of the base salaries,
oh, okay, hold on a second, what's your
Got
number?
$5,593.09.
$5,395 and
5,593.
five. Oh. Here, 593.09.
So your total municipalities were, are you doing the
Counties,
are you doing counties?
Yeah.
Is that also from, C?
yes,
Okay. Did you do the other two?
I will work on them now.
Thank you. Cody.
Yeah, no problem. You can move on and I can
Okay.
deliver them when ready, because
Okay.
So you divided by 11 counties. Okay, good. Not a question.
So you want to down at the bottom, so it goes to. I inserted the note, the supervisor, that's not for the chair or the vice chair,
Right,
which is different than Fond du Lac. Fond du Lac said, yes, it is.
yeah, that's
And we
clarifies
can
it.
always do that.
Yeah.
Somebody can say, no, let's do that, and put it back,
That's good.
take it down to the chair, we can take it down to 700 a month. And then you can get the, she can get the 500 a month supervisor. And just the time, I think we were looking at simplifying it. Yeah, we want people that will, is that red in there? You want to leave that red in there. Something that we changed, never did.
Pretty sure it is. I'm gonna look back there.
Yeah, TV,
Where?
right after that note ordinance, now comes by general counsel, just kind of black, because we're saying with everything from this page on, is the corporation council.
Yeah, that's what. Wasn't that big? Let me make sure it's F.
Here we go, we're gonna get that.
But I thought I would copy it.
Oh, perfect. Oh, thank you. We do board chair right here.
And
Oh, right here. Four, 47. Okay.
I'll change.
Mhm. this tiny bit, this is good, and it does, now, so what's good. Okay, it fits.
Cody's still there. Are the range numbers accurate? See.
This. No, leave it the way it is. Okay, good.
Hope it's coming up with some more numbers for you.
Forget, I get, okay, that's good.
These are furniture names.
The rest of it looks pretty good. Cody.
Cody is looking by.
Yeah.
Well,
Regardless of his sleeves and everything.
And then actually, I'll bet that.
Oh, where am I at? Sorry, yeah, right there.
70,
2054.
No, 050.
7054. And then I'm not sure, I don't know if this is accurate or not, but in table C or appendix C. We have the same figure listed for Ozaki County for the chair and vice chair, very well could be accurate, but. Might not be. It's the only one that doesn't have a significant,
Oh, yeah.
distinction, so. I might take a minute here and try to look that up.
So I did the supervisor. Did you do the supervisor yet?
Yes,
And what did you?
I
come
did
up
that
with?
as, I don't
Yeah,
remember.
I'll do it.
I already did it.
It's
Two,
Can you do a table? Yeah,
5715.
you have a table right there. Is that Excel?
He did 5593.
Okay, I have 5715. Based on the 11 supervisor. I added the base salary of supervisor
Okay,
divided by 11.
Is it World War III or what show going on? Good
He's
face.
checking to see if you're actually here.
Is she down there?
Yeah,
He did
so
upset training, they call it upset when he goes into a jet like that, out in Arizona. And they flip over and then it's in a real, it's not a simulator, they're actually in a real jet and they have to. They come power, you have to restart in mid-air, goes into dive, have to bring it up.
okay, so anyway, I added the numbers for the supervisor base salary divided by 11, and I have 5715. You can keep it at Kobe's if you want. 6 out of the 11 have additional per diems. 6 of 11 of the of these, so we're pretty close.
So what does the note says base salary, no additional per diem?
Well, because it varies by county, so it does have some have 6 out of 11 have additional per diems. Technically, 6 of 11 of these have the plus sign, so that is
Oh, okay.
So do you want me to do the 5700?
5715. I did that twice, checked my numbers twice, and that is what the number came up to. And you're welcome to double check on that number, but it's
yeah, I don't know what we're doing different, I just did it again, I'm gonna, yeah,
I did all of these, and then base salary over here. I added these 4.
yeah. Well, we're coming up with a different number when we add them together, because I came up with 61,524.
62, 88, 74 is what I have.
Once we get these numbers, we're pretty much done.
Yeah, well, we have to go back to the, title page, this page,
Yeah,
make sure that it spells it out exactly what it wants to be.
so. This is what's, okay, so I want you, I'm gonna go through each of these.
Yeah, I have
I
62,
want you to
874.
write down what the appendix is and what the number is, because I can't do both, I know what I mean?
Sure.
So I'll start out with. What's the table of contents where you need the first number?
Title page. Title page is very, very first. All the way to the top.
We know that's number one.
Yeah.
And I need to get rid of this. And we need to do this.
Same thing, you put one anywhere,
It's in
or
there.
is it just a?
It does it automatically.
Oh.
I just have, I don't know how to get it to go unhighlighted, so I'm gonna figure that out. So that's
All right.
one.
Okay, that's the title
Task
page of
page, yeah.
final report,
And then task members, number two.
yes,
Table of contents was number three.
yes,
The chair note was, co-chair 4.
yes,
Task force summary is 5. I'll write this down. Appendix A is 6, and this is, I'm sorry, everything off because these are wrong. So 6. Okay, appendix B is 7.
Mhm.
Appendix C is 8. Appendix D is 1.
Nope, there's no D.
Yeah, but I just changed it to another number.
Okay, so this,
So that one is table of compensation for municipal boards. I just looked up, moved down. So it should be the next.
It's gonna
one.
get you over there, numbers.
He's
Okay.
working on something else. He's not checking on the numbers yet.
after D.
So, it's a 2-pager, which goes to appendix E is page 11. Appendix F. 12. 13. 14. And appendix B is 15, 16, 17. What did I say that was? Appendix
G,
G, H, so H is next.
and just give the range,
Eight.
that's all one.
Is 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28.
That's from what to what, 15? I can think that,
It's 18.
15 to 20, 10 pages.
Okay, so
Okay,
what number did you guys come up with?
we don't like this.
So I was looking up the Ozaukee County and. I don't have an answer, but I do see a resolution they passed setting the board chair's salary at 16,000 and change this year, but nothing. Nothing in the resolution about a vice chair,
Okay.
and actually that the chair's position is a fixed ratio of the supervisor's salary. So I'm not sure that they even have a slotted number for the vice chair. But I'm also seeing that at least in the current term, the 15,450 is not accurate.
And what was the new number?
So
16,380.
And should I just put it,
308.
should I just take it out for the vice chair or just put it as a vice?
I don't know. I mean, I also feel hesitant tampering with the document,
Yeah.
not knowing, knowing that that it was compiled by the clerk based on based on their responses.
Yeah.
So
So just leave it?
I don't know, I mean, I guess
I
I'm
would
just
take it
asking
out.
what you all want to
You're not gonna
do.
be the vice chair $15,000.
Well, we don't know that.
Where else would, it's not anywhere on there, all you have to do.
We have no idea though if they are or not.
He's a small county.
They may only have,
They're very generous.
I mean, how do we go about that?
I mean,
You know what I mean?
I would just,
yeah,
just leave it. I mean,
It's going into the average,
but then take it out.
let's take it out.
And then make sure that the average goes down
Yeah.
as far as the
Having one
dividing.
Maybe we should ask Julie what she got from Ozaki.
Yeah, but can we do this out? Unless we wanna have another meeting. I'm wondering how long this is gonna last.
We're
We're done after
We're
this.
done. Okay.
This is, I'm waiting for these.
So
last-
I have, okay, did you wanna?
yes, your number is right.
Okay, so it's 57.15 for the supervisors. Average. Instead of 41.91.
Got it.
And then. The base salary, no additional per diem, I would not, that's a little misleading in my opinion. Because it varies by county, so you could, to be accurate, you could say 6 of 11 counties have additional per diems beyond their salaries. That would be the more,
That'd be better. I like that.
yeah. The more clear,
But tell me how you write that. Say it again.
6/11
Counties.
counties. Pay additional per diems beyond salaries.
Pay additional per diem
Beyond salary.
salaries.
And they can look right at that on their own and see that.
That's good.
I like that suggestion.
Okay, so where are we at then on?
What is the question? 6/11, is that gonna make sense to them, or should we say 6 of 11?
Yes, that would be better.
So we're doing this for the board also too.
Yeah,
I like that better.
yep. That's it.
Now, are we sure the range is correct?
Range, what do you
The
mean by
range.
range?
Oh, a little bit, one more, right there, range from appendix C. Is the range really 4675 to 33,006? Not that it matters really.
Well, we
If
said
you're looking at
of what we
some
have in
pretty
the
big counties
document,
in there.
yes, that is. That is the range of what we have reported in this document.
And we don't know two of them, the big ones,
Yeah.
so, but we can't do anything about that.
Yeah. Is that needed?
This, I would assume that the county board chair of, say, a place like Milwaukee. While that doesn't represent a full-time salary of 33,000, it must be significant amount of time that person would spend.
Well, a significant amount more money.
Well, yeah, but based on the fact that it's a much bigger job, but it can't be full-time. Not at 33.6.
We don't
Well,
have.
that one, that
Milwaukee's
number's not in there, that's why we don't,
Milwaukee or Dane County.
Oh,
the two largest counties, we don't have numbers.
Oh, that's right, we
They
don't have
didn't
numbers.
respond. So, yeah, that actual range is probably
Okay.
a hell of a
so
lot.
whichever
higher.
county's paying 33.6, that's not a full-time job.
Sometimes it is. I mean, when I go to these conventions, I find that some of them, it is a full-time job,
Yeah.
so I don't know what these counties are doing.
Okay.
Well, that commissioner, they make like 46 to 56,000, and it's a full-time job.
California, it's 100 something,
No, look at
it's
that.
160,000.
Getting off tangent here.
So,
It's each commissioner is 160,000.
What was your point, Betsy? I'm sorry, Sean,
what was my point?
what's your point here?
Oh, for me, I was just wanting to be sure that, I just had a question on the ranges you were asking. Where are we getting? We're going back to appendix C for that information? Okay, I'm just looking myself, just to see if I could find that. That was my
Can
hesitancy.
you see the 4675?
I'm going to appendix C now.
Putting myself in just a general supervisor's role, I can't see if I find that, but it's
So
probably
33.6 is the lacrosse.
lacrosse, okay.
It is lacrosse.
Okay, I got it, okay.
Mhm.
I'm sure if it's all there, I'm
Just high
fine
and
with
low,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with any of that.
I mean, that's it.
Okay, so supervisor, 2,100 to 8,400 in that table. And see,
Yeah,
it is, okay, that's, I just want to know that the numbers, whatever they are accurate.
yeah,
If you go back to see, you don't say. Okay,
I see it all in there, yeah.
all right. We missing anything?
I just have to do a conference on them, but that's what we have to do.
I'm sorry, I was thinking all of this, but this is all of
Yes.
just
I
extra.
just, you guys did an awful good job on this, we do a lot, how it's gonna pass or not pass, I don't know, but. One thing that I think that should be put in, I know you're not doing it right now. But we go ahead and we give raises to the sheriff, the county executive and all this and that, in order for this to keep up. There is no place for anything to keep up, and in a few years, you're gonna be better, somebody's gonna be back doing this again. So I'm just finding if the percentage should be figured in, or a percentage when it's given to all these others, if that shouldn't be figured in there somehow. Or for the ones that are coming up throughout, I'm not gonna be on here forever, so, but I think that maybe something should be thought about there also.
Yeah.
We'll discuss that, yeah. How do we work that in there? With how fun?
Do you have any idea of like additional, like you're talking about additional reviews or ways to review it?
No, I'm thinking about just going right ahead and then you give a percentage to the sheriff, the county executive and all this and that.
We should go right on to the county board supervisor. I mean, we never did before because we were up for Diem. But once if they would go to a salary, if we give the sheriff, the clerk, the county exec a 4% raise, the county supervisors should get a 4% raise. And then you'd never get out of favor again because you're gonna keep up with everybody else. in this
Everybody else.
district.
So can we put that somehow into this report?
We can.
We,
We can.
I mean, it'd be nice if we could do that because then.
We would have to come back for another meeting.
Yeah.
We would.
so we set,
I can't right now.
we set the executive and salaries based on the term. So if you read like the resolutions, they'll come through and say, we're gonna pay this person this much in 25, 26, 27, 28. But then it doesn't go beyond the term that they're coming up for election for, which then facilitates a necessary process for PNF and then the board
Yeah.
to essentially re-up that part of the, I think it's an ordinance maybe, or the general code, but I think that could be the same mechanism that we look at implementing this with, by saying, instead of, this is the salary, period, this is the salary for 2025 and 2026, and then as we get to December of 2026, somebody would have to remember that PNF needs to consider this every 2 years to either keep it the same or set something new.
Well, how would we do it in maybe a different way where it was just gonna be ongoing, period? I mean, is that something that we could do that,
I don't know if there's a pre-existing mechanism to do that, because
or if it's not pre-existing, is there a way we could design that or create that it was just,
I'm sure there could be. But that would be above my pay grade.
Mary Ann might. Mary Ann just might give me a plus. Because there may be some things that we cannot do. Yes.
Could it be a line that says something like future compensations for county board coincide with comparison,
yeah,
with,
sheriff,
annual increases for other elected, offices such as, but not big, sheriff, county clerk, executive. Who else gets elected?
Corner.
Coroner, not anymore, forget him, for,
Oh.
medical exam.
okay, so could that go in there and that future,
Yeah.
raises.
Hold on this, because if we do this, we adopt something like this right now, we have to change the resolutions in here too.
That's why I
Yeah.
think we'd have to come back,
Yeah,
that would
so-
be the only problem.
That might be.
We can bring it up in JPS.
Right.
Yeah, I just brought this up, you did some amend it too.
Yeah, I mean, we could.
I missed that,
I
Tom, what'd
think-
you say?
If this committee's interested in doing something, I just brought it up now, so we can talk about it, rather than rewriting your whole thing that you've gone through already. Someone can amend that and add it on the floor.
On the
Okay.
floor, Yeah.
All right,
Why don't we ask our co-chairs to talk to Mary Ann about,
the right wording and the right,
yeah, so that we have something to present, or something to share at JPS.
Yeah, that would be good, yeah.
Because the benefit of that is that it doesn't get lost.
Yeah.
I agree. At least it's brought up so that they know, yeah,
It's a safety net.
so we don't have to go through all this again.
That's a good point.
I would not have expected that we would spend nine different meeting days going over all this. That just, I didn't picture that this ad hoc task force is gonna take this much. But when you talk about money, it does,
Yeah, we came up with the necessary
yeah.
research and, vetting.
I apologize, I have 5 minutes before I have to go pick up.
Okay, do we need,
That's fine, okay.
do we have to vote?
Is there anything we need to vote on before Kobe
Consensus.
leaves?
A consensus vote on what we have here.
Okay,
I move that we vote on, I move on approval of what we have done today. Corrections, additions, subtractions.
I hear. Second over here,
Second vendor.
all in favor?
I,
It's a consensus.
aye.
Aye. Opposed? Thank you all.
And I'm gonna clean this up.
did you miss us, Julie? Are you taking orders for French fries?
Are we sure? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I move to adjourn.
Second,
Oh, yeah, thank you.
All those in
All in
favor?
favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I think you guys are keeping me straight.